Hey everyone, Broadbent here, and welcome to Update 2 for Sons of the Forest. In today's video, I'm going to go over all the major changes and all the important things you need to know about Update 2 for Sons of the Forest. This video is spoiler safe. All the spoiler content I have moved to the end of the video, so if you're interested in that, make sure to stick around till the very end. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the changes. First up, we've got mentions of dead cultists. You can see right here that they've been placed near the cave here. I'm unsure if there are other locations at this time, but there is one right here at the lake cave. Over at the cannibal villagers, a new double-story cannibal hut has been added. A highly requested feature, which is the rain collector, has now been added to the game. Using the turtle shell, you can now in fact collect rain once again. I'm not really sure why the devs decided to go with the turtle shell once again when you have tarp in the game, but it is what it is. A new tougher variation for the puffy mutant has been added to the game. This new variant has a slight glow-in-the-dark effect and obviously is tougher to kill. A new cave has been added to the game over near the cultist that we mentioned earlier. This is now a huge network that you can go through. This is where you're going to find the updated location for the gold armor. That is no longer in the residential bunker, that is now in this new cave. The gold armor has now been tweaked to absorb only 70% of damage from demons, down from 90. For multiplayer users, there's a brand new admin panel. There's a brand new automatic backup system when overwriting saves, something that I'm actually very interested to see used. The luxury bunker, or the endgame bunker, no longer uses a keycard to get in it. The keypad is smashed, and you'll have to find an alternative way to get in. Before I move on to more changes, I want to say if you're enjoying the video or are finding it helpful, don't forget to smash that like button. Container items will now save their state in single player, so if they're open or broken, they stay that way. Also, item crates and containers will no longer look closed if you run away and come back once you open them. That has now been fixed. The brightness of the lit fire torch has been increased. You ever notice how when you sleep and then it instantly changes to a different season? Yeah, well, that logic has now been removed, something that was very jarring in the past. Firewood will now crumble when the fuel is completely used up on a fire, and then it can be replaced with new firewood. I personally have never messed with this up until now, so I'm not sure how this worked before. Zip lines and furniture can no longer be attached to doors or gates. A quality of life change that's very welcome is that the player is now able to use most left-hand items while gliding, including the GPS. A few changes to the luxury bunker or the endgame bunker is that books have been added to the bookshelves, so that makes more sense now. Also, the shotgun pickup has been removed, so you can no longer find it in this location. AI has also had some love this update, getting better navigation in structures. MREs will now give you more fullness, and eating cat food will give you less. Apparently, rabbits and squirrels are now going to try harder to evade you and run faster, but that doesn't seem to be the case at all for me. They are still just as ever easy to kill. Campfires will burn out fuel a little bit faster now. Also, leaves and cash will add 10 times as much fuel to the fire. The chainsaw has had a slight nerf this update regarding its battery, which now has a lower capacity. Another small quality of life change is that the flashlight will now auto-replace the battery sooner, so that it doesn't go to black and take a second to pop in the new battery. In this update, there's been a few duplication bugs fixed, including one using storage holders for items and unfinished tree cabins for infinite logs. For those of you using custom world settings, the custom day length will now work correctly. You should now see a reduced amount of enemies spawning inside player-built structures, and they've also fixed a few cases of animals and enemies spawning on top of player-built structures. Floors no longer allow placing of walls if there is a leaning beam above. This is presumably to avoid any confusion when building half apexes. You can no longer drink water while swimming. Another fix for water is players will no longer die instantly if you jump in water with the rebreather that's out of air. From now on, only lit fires will set off fire suppression systems. The binocular visuals will no longer get stuck on the screen if the player opens the pause menu while using them. If you are using the tutorial book or try to use it while you're in the air, the tutorial book will be stashed. A small bug regarding fires have been fixed where you would have to look away to look back after lighting it to make it interactable. The GPS, the coffin, or where you get the shotgun in the game will now save its state, meaning if you go and pick it up, it will no longer be there and just randomly be beeping even though you've already collected it. All around the world, some cliffs have been tidied up to remove open edges, and Kelvin is no longer able to burn to death from fires. Shame. Giving you fair warning, we are now moving on to spoiler content. If you don't want to see anything to do with spoilers of the game, you need to look away right now. A brand new surveillance room has been added to the residential bunker where you interact with a door via the CCTV system. It's important to know that this is the new way to access the Endgame bunker. You can open the bunker by interacting with the keyboard on the desk. At the very end of the final cave, or the Hell Cave, a brand new giant demon boss has been added, so you are going to want to make sure that you're prepared for this fight. This thing is terrifying. In the residential bunker, the sluggy after the cutscene that used to block the door has been moved slightly out of the way, so that you can now get back into the bunker through that same doorway. There's about 45 more patch notes that I didn't include in this video because they're so minor and pointless to mention. I didn't want to waste your time. However, if you want to see the full patch notes, the link is in the description as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to smash like. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.